Yo dudes, what's up? This is PlanetKeef, I'm Keef, and today it's episode 34 of the weekly vlog thing. Yay! I know. It's been a pretty dismal week actually. Not a lot happened of interest. But on Tuesday I did make a Christmas dinner. What? Yes! November the 30th it was. So, you know, this is pretty much sacrilege, except I was doing it for a video, so that's okay. It nearly killed me. It took all day because, well, you know, there's a lot of stuff involved in making a Christmas dinner, and there's also a lot of stuff involved in making a video of yourself making a Christmas dinner. So at the end of it, I was completely finished. And the rest of the week was taken up with editing it because it was, you know, a huge amount of footage to get through. And the initial rough cut was about 30 minutes, which is too much, I think. So I managed to cut it down to 23, but it was a struggle. On Wednesday, more Christmas stuff. I'd been roped into volunteering to be Father Christmas at a kiddie's Christmas party a few days before Christmas. And so a Santa suit has been acquired. I haven't seen it yet. The organisers have got it. I was worried about masks. You know, I am worried about masks and little kiddies because, yeah. So I'd seen this red mask with a Santa beard stuck on it, and it looked pretty cool, and I thought, well, I'll have one of those, that'll work. But on Wednesday it arrived, and it's nothing like the photograph. It really isn't. It was dreadful. And then I looked at the comments from other people who bought it. Exactly the same problem, even with photos of theirs. The thing is half the length of what is shown in the product photo, and it doesn't have that sculpted mustache either. And so I sent it back. I got a refund. But looking for an alternative, every single company on Amazon that's offering this, you know, Santa beard and mask thing, or any kind of Santa beard, they all use exactly the same photograph. So you don't know if you're just going to get ripped off again, or if one of them is actually the real thing, which is kind of annoying. But anyway. On Friday, some of the papers carried a story about the MP Mark Francois, who's a bit of a, well, he calls himself a Brexit Spartan ultra. You know, he campaigned very hard for the hardest of Brexits, and so consequently I have a low opinion of him. But I won't let that get in the way of anything I might say about him. He's just self-published his memoirs, his autobiography, and he's been in the press complaining that all of the publishers, it was rejected by 24 publishers, and he's saying they're all Remainers, and they turned it down because they're Remainers and they don't like me because I'm a Brexiter. But as it happens, somebody posted what they claimed was a sample on Facebook, and it was just so bad I couldn't believe it. So I actually went and had a look on Amazon, where there it is, Kindle edition, free. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not even going to buy it for nothing, but there's the look inside, you know, sample. So I had a look at that, and I can tell you, he can spell, he can punctuate, he can't write. And you know, people who can spell and punctuate, they think that's enough, but it isn't. If you're trying to make, you know, something interesting, you have to have tension and humour and characterization and all kinds of things, none of which he has. And also he uses some very well, a lot of British colloquialisms, one of which is, there's a thing called the milk round. I don't know if it still goes, but it used to be at the end of each academic year, the major employers would show up for like job fairs, basically, to try and hire people at universities. So this was called the milk round. But if you didn't know that, and he hasn't put it in quotes or italics or anything, if you didn't know that, you'd think suddenly he's taken this decision to join the dairy industry. And it's things like that are just, really, an editor would have picked up on that and sorted it. But so sorry, Mark, your book wasn't rejected because the publishers are Remainers. It was rejected because it's crap. And then it was the weekend, and we actually went out both days, Saturday and Sunday, and inexplicably finished up in a pub both times. I mean, what is going on? I don't drink anymore, except when I do. We have a little tradition in our family. Our son's birthday is early December, so we never put the Christmas tree up until that's been and gone. And even though he hasn't lived with us for well over 10 years, we still follow that rule. So Saturday it was safe to put the tree up, except it didn't happen because we were too tired. And Sunday, finally, I put the tree up, I put the lights on, I haven't put any decorations on it because, again, I was just worn out yesterday, don't I? And finally, Sunday, we'll say this happened on Sunday, it didn't really, but, well, I mean, it might have done. It was to do with comments on the Christmas dinner video because, I always try to make things as traditionally as I can, to my understanding what the tradition actually is. And that can be actually hard to get to, and it will vary a lot, down to the level of individual households. On this Christmas dinner video, I didn't do Yorkshire puddings because even though I love them to bits and would always want them with a roast, I don't think it's traditional to have them on a Christmas dinner. And research that I've done online tends to back this up. But I had a lot of people commenting on the video saying that, you absolutely have to have Yorkshires. Well, it's fine. I mean, it's more or less a free country. You can have what you want on your dinner. I'm just saying that really, you shouldn't have Yorkshires. And then the other thing that you should have is bread sauce. Now, I did the Christmas dinner video about 5 years ago, and, I remade it because the quality of the original was awful, really, really bad. But I had done bread sauce in it. And at the time, I'd had a lot of people saying, what is this bread sauce stuff? What's it for? La la la. And, it's kind of hard to explain because it's not great, but it's just a thing. So on the new video, I didn't include it. And I got loads of comments from people saying you should have bread sauce. You can't win. I know you can't win. But anyway, and I don't mind a bit of controversy because it drives views. And, this new Christmas dinner video is doing very well. One more aspect of traditional. One guy commented that, I quote, "Turkey is not traditional British, ! It is disgusting. And British people, all caps, so I'm shouting, should not waste money on it. Goose or beef is the real Christmas feast." Yes. To which smart-ass Keef Cooks says, the newfangled turkey, introduced to this sceptred isle in the mid-1500s, popularised by Charles Dickens in 1843, widespread and cheap enough by the 1950s to be affordable for most families. Honestly, what does it take for something to become traditional? And is it okay for non-British people to waste their money on it? So there you go. I know the history of Turkey. I know goose and beef. In fact, geese were more common in the south of England. Beef, a big chunk of beef, was more common in the north. The turkey industry has slaughtered the goose industry. So it's actually pretty expensive to get a goose. We have done it the last few years. Probably will do it again this year. But what most people are looking for is how you do the turkey and all the bits. So that's what I did. Anyway. Yeah, that was my week. I told you it was dull, but I hope you enjoyed hearing about it. And I'll see you next week.